Hello to everyone. Welcome in the secret place. This is your Pastor Yeti. We start a new week. And every new week is different. Even you're doing the same job. Every moment of your life has new experiences. Nothing is the same. We could say that history repeats itself, and there is a truth in that. And as Ecclesiastes says, there is nothing new under the sun. So think about all this. As we go together to the 150 Psalms, we are now in 4. In the weekends, you will not find a new one. In the weekends, it's quite busy during the days, and so that's why I sign off. Psalm 4, assurance of unanswered prayer. And the key verse, but know that the Lord has set apart the godly man for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. Psalm 4, verse 3. And I'm going to read the psalm to you. Answer me when I call to you, my righteous God. Give me relief from my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusions and seek false gods? Know that the Lord has set apart his faithful servant for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. Tremble and do not sin. When you are on your beds, search your hearts and be silent. Offer the sacrifices of the righteous and trust in the Lord. Many, Lord, are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Let the light of your face shine on us and fill my heart with joy when their grain and new wine abound. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. We can identify with the desperation and plea of the psalmist in the open verses. Sometimes we feel rejected, or maybe are conscious of having made a mistake, having offended someone. We feel the reproach of a strained relationship. We were out of sorts with God. That sweet fellowship and sense of his presence has vanished. And we plead with him to answer our prayer. Be gracious to us and relieve or distress. The contrast is made clear in the characterizing one who succumbs to worldly and ungodly attitudes and behavior, and what one does who is walking a godly life in the righteousness of the Father. One who is out of fellowship with the Father is attracted to worthless things, values of the world, materialism, and entertainment that appeals to baser instincts and passions. Such a person is deceived and mislead others in his example and influence. We recognize our need for God's help. It is not because we are deserving, but because of His righteousness that we can expect Him to answer when we call. It is on the basis of His grace that He hears our prayer. Verse 3 is a beautiful reminder that if we live a godly life, it is because God has chosen us and set us apart. It is not for our blessing, but for His glory. Why does the godly person have assurance the Lord hears when He calls? It is because we belong to Him and walk in fellowship with Him. Life becomes communion with God, in which the Father responds to our pleading and manifests Himself to us in an outpouring of grace. The person set apart for the Lord is to do 4 things to maintain that relationship. Tremble and do not sin. The fear of the Lord should be a deterrent from sin. Meditate and think about the Lord and godly things in times when we are still, while lying in bed or perhaps waiting in a line or stalled in traffic. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness. Do what is good. What would Jesus do? Trust in the Lord. Walk in faith. Confident that God is leading and enabling us. The result of being a godly person who walks with God in doing these things is that God is consistently revealing Himself to us and through us. He is lifting up the light of His countenance upon us. He puts gladness in our heart, a joy that abounds like the farmer who reaps a prosperous crop beyond all expectations. And we can sleep in peace and dwell in safety. There is no distress, problem, or threat that infringes on our security. Let us pray. Lord, there is no goodness at all in me. Any element of holiness and godliness comes from you. You have demonstrated grace and mercy in setting me apart from worldly things. But never let me forget it is for your glory. I encounter so many conflicts and temptations in my mind. But you give a blessed peace and joy in abundance, because I rest in you and you alone. Amen. The key verse of today is, "But know that the Lord has set apart the godly man for himself." And let me change that word man. He set you apart and fill in your name for himself. The Lord hears when I fill in your name, call to him. Abundant blessings upon your life. Bye.